Hi everybody, it's Gina. Welcome to the Library Mouse. Welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. I know thanks to MJ over at Reading This Life, I got quite a few new subscribers overnight, and I woke up and I was very excited to see. So, hello and welcome. Go back through and watch some of my older videos. I did some that, it will really help you get to know me a little bit better. But anyway, today I wanted to do a March TBR. I can't believe it's almost March already, but it is, and I need a little bit of time because what I plan to do are two things. One, I want at least one of my books to be middle grade for the mid-grade March book challenge, whatever, prompt. And I love reading middle grade books. I was a teacher for 32 years. I taught 3rd and 4th grade. Favorite time of day was after lunch, where we could just pick a chapter book and sit and read it, and I would let the kids draw, and it was such a nice downtime in the day. And I probably could have done that forever. If someone could pay me to just read aloud books to kids all day long, that would be like my perfect job. But anyway, I want one to be a mid-grade, and then I want to do I want to do the 52 book challenge prompts. I want to focus on that. So one way I thought it would be kind of fun to do that is I have a spinner. I thought I would just spin and see what prompt number comes up, and then find a book or two that matches that prompt. So I will have also a February wrap-up coming soon. I did a draw the book out of the hat kind of thing for February TBRs, and I shopped from my own shelves for that. And I have not read all the books that I pulled out of my little solo cup, because I realized why they were still sitting on my shelf. It's because I didn't really love them in the first place. So I had to substitute a couple. So I do have a couple did not finishes. But anyway, it is what it is. So let's move on to the spinner wheel and see what I'm reading for March. Okay, so I am going to spin. And I have this up, and then I also have the 52 book reading challenge up so that we can go back and forth. So anyway, let's do the number picker and see what we get. It goes very slow, doesn't it? So the first up is number 25. So let's take a look at what number 25 is. Number 25 is an author everyone has read except you. Okay, I'm going to write that down. Okay, book number 2 is going to be, let's see, number 9. So number 9 on the book challenge will be a character-driven novel. I think that will probably be very easy to find a book that will fit that prompt. Okay, here we go for the third book. And I'm going to aim for 5 of them. All right, we have number 7 selected. Let's remove that choice and see what number 7 is. Number 7 is at least 4 different points of view. I know Jodi Picoult always has different viewpoints. Interesting. Okay, 4 different points of view. Let me write that down and spin again. Okay, this is book number 4 with our random book picker. And we have number 16. Let's see what number 16 is. 16 is omniscient character. Anyone have a recommendation for that? Okay, let me write that down. And last but not least is Number 48. So number 48. The word secret in the title. Okay, that will be easy to find. At least it will be easy to look for a book with secret in the title. So those are my 5 books that I'm going to be reading in March. One of them is going to be middle grade. All right, super quick. Let's recap my March TBRs. So we have an author that everyone has read except me. Right off the top of my head, I could pick Stephen King, Colleen Hoover. I haven't read any of her books. Barbara Kingsolver with Demon Copperhead. I'm waiting for that. I have a long time to wait for that, though, for it to come back to the library. A character-driven novel. That should be pretty easy to find. 4 different points of view. An omniscient character. And a book with secret in the title. So that's what I will be looking for. So you can come along with me while I shop and find some books. Good morning. So today's the day I'm going to go off and try to find some of the books that match the 52 book challenge books for March. But I figured since I'm going to Goodwill, I was going to unhaul some books. If I go to a little library, I'll probably do these books there, maybe. So anyway, this is what I'm unhauling. Leave it to the ladies. So a group of friends and I went on a tour of Lake George and Saratoga Springs. And while we were there, this person got on the bus. Yes, we took a bus tour. We're that old. And he was a writer. And he wrote this book. And so he told some stories and gave everyone a copy of the book. This is a true crime book written by Dr. Hollis Palmer. It's pretty much about women murderers. But it just, I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea. The Shack, I tried to read it when it was popular, and yeah, I just didn't like it, so that's going. So, a number of years ago, in 2016, my daughter-in-law passed away a couple weeks after she had our granddaughter from a sepsis infection, and I was really trying to come to terms like with my spirituality and what I believed and what I didn't believe and what I thought I believed. And so I had bought a couple of books. One was I Wasn't Ready to Say Goodbye. This is written by Brooke Noel and Pamela D. Blair, PhD. It's Surviving, Coping, and Healing After the Sudden Death of a Loved One. And, you know, I read it at the time. And I just don't want to revisit it again. And along the same lines, I had gone to Lilydale. And if you're not familiar with Lilydale, it is a spiritualist community in Western New York. And I went there around the same time just to try to find whatever it was I was looking for. And I had started to read this book by Sylvia Brown called Adventures of a Psychic. The fascinating and inspiring true life story of one of America's most successful clairvoyants. And it's just gonna go. So those are the books that I am unhauling. And I pulled this book because historical fiction is my jam. And this book was really good. It is called My Name is Mary Sutter. And it takes place during the Civil War times. And she's a midwife who dreams of being a surgeon. But of course, women surgeons in the 1860s were really unheard of. She travels around and she helps to tend to the Civil War soldiers. who were wounded. And she just goes on and pursues this career against all odds. It was a really, really good book. So, yeah, it's by Robin Oliveira. So anyway, next stop will be a bookstore. Okay, I'm back. So I did not film very much in Goodwill because there was too many people there, and I'm still not comfortable filming in front of a large audience. But anyway, I found some books that will work for my March TBR. Let me share them with you. So for the first one that had 4 different points of view, at least 4 different points of view in the novel, I have Jodi Picoult, and this is one that I have not read. It's called House Rules, and it says Jacob Hunt is a teen with Asperger's syndrome. He's hopeless at reading social cues, though he's brilliant in many ways, but he has a special focus on forensic analysis, and he has a police scanner in his room that clues him into crime scenes. But then his small hometown is rocked by a terrible murder. Law enforcement comes to him. Jacob's behaviors are hallmark Asperger's, but they look a lot like guilt to the local police. So that sounds really interesting. It's pretty big. It has a number of viewpoints. I mean, I just kind of glanced at it, and there's someone named Oliver, there's Theo, there's Emma, there's Jacob, there's Rich. So that's not, I mean, lots of different viewpoints. So there's one book on my March TBR. Second, an author that I have not read. So an author that's new to me but not new to other people. I was having a hard time with that one. So I just decided to pick one that was an author that's new to me. And this book is by Camille DeMaio, and it's called The Beautiful Strangers. It sounds really good. It's a Once Upon a Book Club 2019 selection. And she also is the best-selling author of The Memory of Us, which I did not read. So this is a legendary hotel on the Pacific becomes a haven where dreams, love, and a beguiling mystery come alive. It takes place in 1958. She is looking for an escape, so she gets a plea from her grandfather that says, find the beautiful stranger. And she goes on a search, and the search takes her to Hotel de Coronado, which is the Southern California coast beachfront landmark where they are making the movie Some Like It Hot. It sounds really interesting. So it's like a mystery and the lives of 2 women who kind of intertwine. So that's going to be my new to me author. I did find one with the word secret, and it's secret. It's a classic, and it's middle grade. And it was a favorite of mine growing up. I have not reread it with adult eyes. I read it back when I was probably in middle school, maybe 4th or 5th grade, maybe 4th, 5th, 6th grade. I was a reader. I read so much at that time. That's all I did was read. But it is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. I loved this book as a kid, loved it. So it kind of ticks off quite a few things. I wanted to read more classics this year. I wanted a middle grade March book, and I wanted the word secret. So 3 that match. I'm still doing an omniscient character narrator, and there's one more. I can't remember, but I have one more that I need to read. A character-driven novel, that's what it is. So I need to find one of those. And purely for fun, I got this one for myself. It's Confessions of a Prairie Bitch by Allison Ehrengram. She's the girl that played Nellie on Little House on the Prairie, and I love that. I loved the book. I loved the show. And she's a very funny woman. So I think this will be a hoot to read. So this will be like on my extra. Maybe I'll get to it, maybe I won't. I also have a nonfiction habit book by Jen Cicero that is, I think it's called Badass Habits. But that might be on my March TBR too. We'll see what I can finish. But anyway, that's what I've got so far. So thanks for coming along. Thanks for subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And I will be talking to you soon on my next video. Bye for now. Happy reading.